Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's tax day, right? My taxes are all set and into the accountant, so that's taken care of. Kids' taxes are done. We're all probably breathing a sigh of relief. Tax day is not fun. A lot of calculations and things like that. On top of that, I had doctor's appointments with my kids today. You know, just lots of stuff going on, right? And this time of year is, I guess, a happy time, but yet a sad time. With Easter around the corner, we really are blessed that Jesus died for us, and that's I'm very grateful for that. But it's also sad that he had to lose his life, So there's lots of things in our lives that I think we can ponder about and that we have hit us hard. This week, it's been 5 years since my dad passed away. And that anniversary is tomorrow. So I know my mom and my sister and we're kind of feeling it this week, So let me know how your week's going. Hope yours is happy and that you get to spend time with family, which I know I will get to do on the Easter weekend. So that'll be good. I'm just going to make sure, number one, that I have audio. Yes, and we have audio. That's a plus, right? Oh, what a relief. I found out, I use this program and they had an update and I hadn't done the update. And that is why I was running into trouble. So, you'd never know I straightened my hair today. All right, so you probably wonder, what are we going to do today, right? Well, I was going to do this really cute Easter garland. I thought, no, I need something brighter, something more fun. So I have a really cute card I'm going to show you. And you may have seen this on the internet because it's kind of going around right now. I think everybody wants to try it. And where'd I put my card? That's a good question, Lisa Bauer. I just had it in my hand, probably walked around and sat it down somewhere. Well, we're going to make one anyway. I remember how to make it, so that's a good thing. Yeah, it's not in my stack either. I swear I just looked at the doggone thing. Always check the floor, and that's where it is. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right, so this is called a butterfly pop-up card, and it is using the beautiful butterflies and the dies and the cut and emboss folder that go together, and so it'll cut your dies at the same time. It's kind of a dynamic system. Sorry, I can't get back in my chair here. It's kind of a dynamic system, so it's fun to work with because you can do lots of fun things. So let me turn you down. I'm going to show you the card. So this is the card that we're going to be making. I got all my pieces here. Let me put them out of the way. Isn't this fun? Only I'm going to change it up. Now you're probably going, wow, what color is that? That is the new cardstock, Secret C. Isn't it just beautiful? I just absolutely love it. And I use the colors here that are new for my background. So I'm going to show you how to make that. So the first thing that you're going to need is a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And this is your base. And I got my bone folder here. Get my mouse out of the way there. Okay, and then you're going to take a piece of white. And this piece of white, it is, let me measure it. Where'd my ruler go now? Yeah, let me pull down my cutter and I can tell you. This piece is going to be 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. I want it a little bit smaller on the one side, okay? So we are going to go ahead and we're going to get our blending brushes. Now my brushes are clean, but they kind of look a little bad here. But we're going to use 3 different brushes. I'm going to start out with the strawberry slush. And I'm just going to grab another piece of paper down here because I do not want this to go all over. I don't know if you guys use these, but I love these. They're just the backs of the designer paper. I save them for purposes like this. So I am going to take my strawberry slush, and with one of my blending brushes, I'm just going to pick up color in here, and I'm just going to go along the bottom here. And it doesn't matter if you have little swishes in there. It actually kind of looks pretty neat. I grab a little bit more. Pull that in. And then I'm going to put the lid on that. If I can get it shut. Oh, there we go. Try not to get ink on my fingers. I'm going to grab Timid Tiger. Oh, the best color ever. And if you're Michigan, if you live in Michigan, the Timid Tiger and the Secret Sea make up our Detroit Tigers colors. So just as an FYI, in case you're a baseball fan. Now I'm going to pick up the Timid Tiger here and put it as my next layer. Ooh, it got a little dark there. Try to blend some of that out. And then my last color is the Darling Duckling. That's a new color as well. I don't know if I can bring that. I don't know if that's a little bit better for you guys or not. I'm trying out a new light, so. And I'm going to put this Darling Duckling kind of in the middle here, just to kind of brighten it up. I'm going to go over a little bit of the pink and a little bit of the Timid Tiger there. So Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, and Darling Duckling. And you can kind of see it a little bit better. Let me turn on the brightness just a tad bit here and see if it comes in just a wee bit better. There, that's probably better, huh? Okay, so now we have that piece done. And this piece here, we are going to glue onto our card base. We're going to center that. Okay, and let me grab my glue out of my adhesive bag. 1 second. I seem to have left that. Oh, goodness. How does one do that, right? I'll have to grab an extra glue that I have here. Hopefully there's glue in it. Here's my glue gun. But will it work? That's the $1 million question. Let me give it a little poke with my poker here. I use Tombow in here, so I like my liquid glue, and this gives me a nice fine line. So I'm just going to put this in here just like this. There we go. All right, and this gets glued down just like this. You kind of want it centered. That looks pretty good. All right, now we're going to set this aside, and now we're going to bring in our dies for this set. Let me grab those. And where did I put them? Jeez, oh Pete's. Okay, there's the embossing folder. I do have that handy. And here's what the embossing folder looks like. And then all you do is you put your die up in the top part here, and it cuts it out for you. And I have mine somewhere on this desk. Give me 1 second. These we're going to need. Those we don't need. Those we don't need. I just put my new table mat down. Oh, I see them. Guess where they're at. Give you guys extra points if you can tell me where they're at. Anybody want to guess the floor? Okay. Here's my dies. And in the die pack, we are going to use this die here, and this die here. Okay. And we're also going to use this banner piece. So I'm going to take it out too. I like these little banners that come in this. All right. Set this aside for just a moment. And I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss. And hopefully you'll be able to see me do this. Put the stamp set back. I'm going to move this out of the way for just a moment. We're done making a mess. Bring in this big heavy cut and emboss. Got to use your muscles. Okay. Now the key for this is, number one, you're only going to use this gray plate and your base plate. And the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take your 5 1/4 by 4 blue piece, which I have here. And actually, I think it's by 3.75. And I am going to put it down. Hold on. I need a, maybe a second here. Just making sure I have my plates right. I think I do. Let me see. I want to see if this is right. Oh, I need a base plate. Thought I needed a base one. All right, you're going to put this on here. In the embossing folder, we're going to put our die. Everybody see that? And then I'm going to line up my paper. And you kind of got to hold it in place a little bit. And I just check on the other side to see if it's where I want it. And if you put your paper right on this line here, I find that it works out really well in keeping everything straight. So there we go. I have it. See? And then I'm going to close my embossing folder. And I'm going to insert this. And I got the wrong plate. I did have it right the first time. There we go. No bottom plate. Just the gray and the base. I was right the first time. Once you put the embossing folder in there, it makes a world of difference. Now I could have put in the center die cut, but I didn't want to do that. To me, this comes out a little nicer, and it helps me line up. And I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me put a little light on that for you. It helps me line up everything. So we have our piece here. I don't know if you can see, but it looks pretty cool. All right, it's all embossed pretty. And then we have our butterfly. Now, we're going to take this plate away. We're going to bring back in our layer 2. We're going to bring in one of our layer 3s. We're going to take our little butterfly. And where'd I put my die? You guys got to love me, right? It's a love-hate relationship, I'm sure. You're like, why can't she ever find anything? It's a story of my life. I used to be really good at finding things, and then after I had my stroke in 2016, crap just started disappearing, you know? Mainly my memory. So I just line this up on here. I don't know if you can see. Just line it up like so on my butterfly. And I'm just going to put a piece of tacky tape down to hold it. Then I'm going to put my other plate on top, just like this, and we're going to crank it through. Okay, now this is going to give us this. You're like, well, that don't make sense, but we're going to put it together on a circle here, and it's going to look really cool. So we have this outline, and we have our butterfly here. And I'll pick the little parts out of that in just a minute. They're going to fall out nicely. And I'm also going to take my white strip here, and I'm going to run a little banner piece through. So we have one of that. And knowing me, I better do 2 of them, just in case, right? You guys hear the wind chimes out there? Those are wind chimes I got from a friend when my dad passed away. Okay, there's one banner. Now I'm going to do one more while I'm here. Oop, and doop. There we go. I'm going to put this right back here like so. And crank it through again. I can't see any comments today. I don't know what's going on there. So if you're commenting, I will go back and watch them later. I apologize for that. All right, so we have our banners. Let me get this out of the way. Ooh, that's heavy. Okay, now we have the rest of our pieces. I'm gonna put my little dies on my little die thing here so I don't lose them. I can put them away afterwards. All right, got the desk cleaned back up. Now we're going to take our card base that we did before, and we are going to glue this piece on top of that beautiful background, and it should cover it completely, just like so. Now you could pop it up too if you wanted to. I'm going to glue mine. Put this right on here, just like so. There we go. All right, so it looks like this. Then I have a piece of basic white, and I've already scored this, so let me give you the measurements on it. 1 second here. So the measurements on this white piece is going to be 4 inches by 1 inch, and you are going to score at 1/2 of an inch. So you're just going to score here at 1/2 of an inch, and then you're going to score at 1 inch, and then you're going to score at 1.5 inches. Then you're going to skip over, and you are going to score at 2.5 inches, 3 inches, and then 3.5 inches. And this is going to give you a piece that looks like this. Okay, hopefully you can, I don't know if I turn it, there you can kind of see it. So this bigger part is your center, and that's going to attach to our circle. And then this part, we want to have it make a little M. See how that looks? Little M here. All right, so you go back, forward, and then back. So we have this when we're done. Okay, now we're gonna get a circle here. And the circle that we're gonna use, I'm just taking a piece of white cardstock here, and I'm going to use the 1 3/8. You could use a 1 inch circle if you want to. Now, you could also do, like on this one here, I did a colored circle. I could have done navy, or I could have done, you know, the strawberry slush, the timid tiger. On this one, I'll show you what I'm going to do just to kind of make everything blend. I'm going to get this piece back in here again. My scrap piece. And I'm going to grab those blending brushes one more time. And they probably got enough ink on them from before that I don't need to reopen my ink pads. So I'm going to take the pink one. Just kind of go around. I'm going to take the orange one. Just like this. Then I'm going to take the yellow that I had. Okay. So now I have my my circle, and I'm going to grab, let me get this out of here again. I'm going to grab my butterfly, and I'm also going to grab some dimensionals. Let me grab those. somewhere here on this desk, I have a container of dimensionals. 1 second. We're going to use these. We're going to use some black ones. I just happen to have them here. All right. And they'll blend actually quite nicely. Thank God you couldn't just see me because I almost flipped over in my chair. That would have been entertaining. Okay, so we have our butterfly. And we have our inside here. Okay. And let me make sure I get all the pieces out. I think they're almost all out. One there. Little one there. Let me grab my snips here. And if you have to take your pick tool with the brush on it, that's really nice. Mine's in my car. Great place for it, right? So I went to a fun event this weekend. I went to a cookies and card class. It was at my, oh shoot, and I just ripped my butterfly. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. It was at my uplines, and her daughter was putting it on, and it was really a lot of fun. We had a great time. Lot of laughs, and made some beautiful cookies, made some beautiful cards. So if you're looking to do something like that, I know how much fun that I had doing that. I would recommend that you check out my cookies and card class coming up, which includes a kit. Where's my little, it includes a kit, and we are making a really cute bouquet for moms. So it's real fun. So I'm just going to take a couple of these black dimensionals, and where this meets, the center part here on the butterfly, I'm going to put a dimensional right there. Okay? And then I'm going to peel that off, and we're going to put this on our little circle here. And you can decide which way you want your circle to go. I want mine like this. Okay, so now we have our butterfly, and you can kind of bend his wings up if you want. You can choose how you'd like to do that. And then that piece that we made, we're going to glue onto the back of our circle. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right here. And this is going to go on this circle just like this, because we kind of want to hide that. So that's our little mechanism. All right, and then I want to fold it down, and I want to put glue right here like this. And I'm holding it, trying to hold it very nicely. And I'm going to kind of get it to where I want it here. Kind of line it up. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now you could add more color to this to try to make the colors blend more with the background. You can also add, if this seems to want to come apart, we can put another dimensional right up underneath here where these two meet on the bottom of our butterfly. We can add a dimensional there too. And then that'll hold that right down. Now we need a sentiment for this beautiful piece. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? And it looks kind of like it's flying because of the two different pieces there. All right, so now I have my label. And let's grab the stamp set. And I'm going to make this a happy birthday. So let me pull that out. Because you can never have too many birthday cards, right? And I have a block right over here. Oops, a little piece of paper on that. And I do not have my foam mat because, again, that is in my car. I need to unpack my car. I've been going like a mad woman, it seems, lately. And I am just going to go into this Secret Sea ink. Here's what the card looks like so far. And I'm going to take this and just center it on there like so. Voila. And this, let's see, we can put it at the top up here, or we can put it at the bottom. The bottom, it kind of loses its, don't you think the bottom is, it's kind of buried in there. The top I like right here, I think it looks perfect. So let's put some dimensionals on that. Now you could put a piece of twine behind that if you wanted to. Now, as you guys probably have heard, we have something a little bit new with our ordering system. So you want to make sure you go in and you opt in for your rewards. And if you have trouble doing that, let me know and I can walk you through it. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you select your demonstrator, which hopefully it's me. And you earn rewards for every $20. Well, after your first $20, you earn 10%. So on $20, you earn $2 back. And you can actually use those up to a year from your time of earning them. And I can gift you rewards. And when I do that, those are good for 90 days. So it just gives you a little bit of extra money to spend on things that you want to purchase. All right, now these are new. These are the new in-color dots. Aren't they cool? They're called Flat Pearls, the 2025-2027 in color. Now, if you are part of my team, you can order these. If you want to be a part of my team, you can pre-order these. I think they're stunning. And I'm just going to add a few of these to my project here. I'm going to kind of mix them up. Let's see. I'm going to do, what other colors should we do on there? Let's do one of these pretty Secret Sea ones. And a little yellow one maybe right here. And one more, let's do a cloud cover right here by these. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. And then of course, we can put our white paper in the inside. And let me grab that, 1 second. And we can have some fun with this. We can put Time to Celebrate from this stamp set. And I want to do this in Strawberry Slush. Let me just take this one off of here because I got to clean it. Oops. Let me get my Strawberry Slush back. I'll bring out these in colors so you can kind of see them again. Time to Celebrate. Ooh, love that. And then there's some really pretty, whoops, sorry about that. There's some really pretty butterflies in here. Let me grab my cleaning. No, that ain't gonna work. That's bone dry. Let me add a few other little butterflies that we have in here. Little block right here. And let's do one in orange. Ooh, look at that, look at that. And then there's another one in here that we can do. And I think I'm going to do this one in the blue, in the Secret Sea. There we go. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I love that color. Okay. And then this will get glued down on the inside of our card. Just like this. And that piece is 5 1/4 by 4. So this is our birthday card, our pop-up birthday card. So when they get this in the mail, it's going to be like this. Then it's going to go bing. And then when they're opening up the inside, they're going to go, oh my gosh, look at those beautiful butterflies. Hello, Miss Arlena. You've been waiting for me on Facebook, but you didn't see me? That's not good. I checked it on there. Hopefully it's working. If not, I'll have to rebroadcast it to there. But this is our gorgeous card today. It's a pop-up butterfly card. And it is using the beautiful butterflies. So I hope that you all enjoyed this. Now I have a couple other things to tell you about before you go anywhere, okay? I am doing an online retreat that is absolutely, let me go back up here to my face so you can see me. It is absolutely free. That's much better. Let me sit up in my chair. I'm slouching. The retreat is absolutely free. And let me show you a couple pictures of things that we're going to be doing during the retreat. We're going to be making this beautiful card. And it pulls out like that. We are going to be making this box. And when you open it, and you'll notice, look at the trim end here. That's part of our kit that we're offering. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I got it here on my desktop. Hold on. I can show you because I've been working with it. 1 second, please. It is called Fancy Borders. So we're using the Fancy Borders bundle. We're using the everyday, I'm gonna have to think about that. Everyday Happiness paper and sticker pack and stamp set. Okay, so we're using that. Let me show you. This box, I was going to show you. You probably want to know what's in the box, right? This pulls out, and it is a little mini album. And let me turn you down, and I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is the box. So you take the lid off the box. You pull this out like this, and it's a little mini album where you can put your pictures. And I was thinking this would be so good for grandkids because all the words in that stamp set really dictate to having fun in your life, having loves in your life, love every moment, and then the beautiful flowers. So this is one of my projects. There's other projects that my partners in crime here are doing. Let me get that out of the way too, my cutting thing. And let me just pop up on the screen so you can see what they look like. So, let me move this over so you can see it. These are some of the different projects. And you'll notice there's a lot of really cute fun folds. There's scrapbooking layouts. But this isn't it, folks. This is just for the kit portion. On top of that, my friends Romasario and Jen Chow and myself, we have designed different projects with different bundles that are coming out in the new catalog. So I'll show you one more project I designed. This is not part of the kit, but when I designed it at first, let me go ahead and get this turned off here. I'll show you this one too. So this project here, I'm actually doing gallery blooms, and I wanted to see how this would look both ways. So I have designed another little mini album. Isn't this cute? Another little mini album, and there's flip sides to it too, folks. There's two sides. So I will be using gallery blooms to recreate this for you during the event. So you'll be able to see how this looks with the new paper and new bundle, and actually the whole new suite I'm using. So if you haven't signed up for this, I'll post the link here. Make sure you take a look at it. It's very inexpensive. It includes a lot of product for you. There's add-ons. If you want to, obviously we're using some stamp sets like Gallery and Blooms. We're using one of the new Impressions florals, I think it is. It's one of the new floral sets. And then the new sailboat set that's in the catalog. So we're using those in our projects that we're doing online. And if you want to pre-order those too, let me know and I can get them ordered for you as soon as the catalog goes live. Okay? Again, it's not something you're going to want to miss. The whole thing, it's going to be so fun. It's called Moms, Mimosas, and Masterpieces, which basically describes our lives as moms, right? So yeah, exactly, Arlena. I think everything in there, they're all amazing projects. They're all pretty simple to make. We do use several die cuts. The nice thing about this too is we're going to pre-cut all of your cardstock. The only thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut your designer paper. And you'll be able to follow along with us with the instructional. Oh, and by the way, if you participate, and the event is free, so if you just want to join just for the event, you can do that too. We're doing a scavenger hunt. We're doing giveaways. So you're definitely going to want to partake in it. And that's May 9th through the 11th, but you can sign up for it now. So don't miss out on that. Okay? And again, I have the cookies and cards class. That's May 9th in the evening. If you'd like to participate in that, you get to make a boatload of cookies that make a beautiful bouquet. And on top of that, you get a kit that you can make here in the studio, or you can take it home with you. A fun event. It's $59. Well worth it. We're going to have a lot of fun again. So please take a look at those events and see if you can attend. Well, that's all I had. Thank you for joining me tonight. And I'll figure out what happened, Arlena, on Facebook. Don't know what went wrong there, but I can rebroadcast. Not a problem there. Have a good one. Thank you for joining. Bye now.